Okay, so I'm playing Fortnite again this morning, and I'm just going to dive into it. The new Survive the Storm update has come out, but the first thing... this morning, and I'm just going to dive into it. The new Survive the Storm update has come out, but the first thing this morning, and I'm just going to dive into it. The new Survive the Storm update has come out, but the first thing There we are. I had to mute. Okay, so rookie technical mistake. The Survive the Storm update has come out, and I have played through a Survive the Storm match once, but right now I'm going to dive into the main campaign because I just started Plankerton. As you can see, I'm only on the second quest page, and I want to get a little further along in the main storyline as well, so I'm just going to jump into it. Alright, my goal here is... that was odd. Wait, am I still... Okay, my goal here is to completely explore the map. I don't know why. There we go. Well, hopefully other folks will join this mission. Excuse me.
Incoming weather balloon. Find the landing site, build defenses, and keep the balloon safe until the data's been transferred.
Alright.
The landing site is somewhere in this zone. You search on foot, and I'll search from above.
Okay. Luckily, I don't need to do a lot of foraging. If I have to...
We've got a bonus in play.
Run this mission on my...
Landing site spotted.
own.
Nice find. Any attacks from the storm's creatures could corrupt the data. You'll want to build defenses around the balloon's landing site.
Anyway, so if I have to do this on my own, I am not in the best shape, but I do have some mission defender slots, and maybe I can pull this off on my own. So really, I am, because this is a time, as you can see, I've only got a certain amount of time before the weather balloon lands, and I have to finish the mission successfully to get the bonus. I need to explore this whole area on the map before, well, I gotta give myself time to build up the fort as well. So, I'm gonna be doing this in a spiral pattern. And as much as I would like to spend some time foraging for non-building resources, I really don't have a lot of time. I'm going to be running from pretty much all combat encounters, except for the ones that I completely cannot avoid. Get this blaster before he can unload on me. Okay, 50% of the map. Reveal. Now I'm gonna start looping in a spiral pattern. Trying to get as much coverage as I can. So I mentioned I really hope I don't have to solo this mission. I really hope I don't have to solo this mission. Okay, cave is a dead end.
Wish I could.
Where are we going? I'm gonna have to. Oh. Sorry, dude. No time to help. No time to stop. Okay, by my calculations, I have about 3 minutes to completely explore this map and still give myself time to build out. Oh no, I missed a spot back here.
Nah.
Oh look, I have some help. Crap. 75%. Alright, I need to go up this way. Ah!
Hey, Liz.
I stop at bushes because I always need fibrous plant matter for duct tape.
Sorry.
Okay. Alright, just that last corner to get to, and then I've explored the map. Ah, bees. Oh, great. And I can't get back up. Crap. Alright. This is gonna be tight. Okay, good. Now all I have to do is not botch the mission, and I'm good. Excuse me. Oh, well, I guess we know where the storm's coming in from. Okay. There we go. I'll at least upgrade these to level 2.
Nope.
That'll give me a little extra. A little extra time. Well, that one's going to be level 3. Okay, let's see. Now, the storm is coming from this direction. So, gonna want to create a nice little funnel. Alright, how much duct tape can I build? Craft like the wind. I don't want to build these too close to the those enemy generators, otherwise I am going to be... Otherwise the floor is just going to blow up when enemies spawn. For traps, I'm going to lay down some floor planks.
Nice and murdery.
And for good measure, we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're going to build out the wall a bit. Not like the look of that. So the other thing we're going to do here is build a ceiling. So that we can put some ceiling traps up. The idea is to do as much damage to these guys as possible before, right, they get to my fort.
The arsenal you go.
Okay. Now, here, how many? I am running out of time. I am probably not going to be able to make this as proof as I want. But this is going to have to do.
Check your map for the location of the medkit.
Ooh.
We need, just in case, let's see, wall traps. Come on. Traps, traps, traps. Okay.
The balloon has landed. Defend that data.
Okay. Here we go.
Lost.
I may have slightly overdone this, but I'm still under the recommended build limit.
I did that.
Ah, these guys are going around. Not exactly a perfect funnel. Where is...
File successfully retrieved.
Can't.
Where is my help?
I would be so upset if you killed me.
Another file.
Crap, crap, crap. I just need to...
Serious?
Oh, great. The other guy who I'm supposed to be playing with is still triggering encampments.
Wish I could.
File successfully retrieved. Data's looking good. We lost a file.
Ah! Where are they coming in from?
Look out. Fort's under attack.
That's right.
Ah! The other side. Crap.
We lost a file.
Uh-oh. Serious?
Another file.
Lovers.
Can't.
Stop husking up our data, you stupid storm!
Sorry.
Ah.
taking on husks.
Crap.
Data's looking good.
Nope. Can't. Wish I could. Sorry. Mm-mm. Are you serious?
File successfully retrieved.
Can't.
Why can I not enter the building? Oh, what? How did I just got kicked out. Uh-oh. Man, all of that and I just got kicked out? Ah. You gotta be kidding me. Hopefully I can rejoin. Okay.
Data's looking good.
Nope. It's like hurting cats. And then blowing up cats.
Fort's taking on husks.
I stand up to bullies.
Oh great, it's a shielded smasher.
File successfully retrieved.
Can't. Wish I could. Watch the walls.
Another file.
I wonder where you guys go.
Sorry.
Whew.
Data's looking good.
Alright, that was intense.
You collected some of the files. All right. Praiseworthy job, Commander. So, good job. The data you collected will help us locate survivors and weak points in the storm.
So, despite only having 2 people, still managed to... I only got credit for whatever happened after I... Oh, that's terrible. I only got credit for what happened after I rejoined the game, even though I did all the building and... yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, no, there I am. Platinum combat badge, platinum building badge. Huh. That just must be a glitch. I should probably report that. Interesting. Well, now I have to go on another harvesting run in order to get nuts and bolts and other crafting supplies because I used up a lot of my crafting supplies on traps. But let's see what happens next. Oh good, some silver.
Guess who still exists? Me! That's who! I still have my memories! My secret fears, sharks, clowns, zoos after closing time, my hopes and dreams, see my vision board for details. I honestly can't even tell what's changed. Shelter plans uploaded. Huh. Did we all just learn a whole lot about experimental storm fighting technology? Or just me? Just me? Cool, cool. I've got a lead on the DJ, Commander. I knew Pop was closing in on the DJ's location, so I analyzed where all of Pop's pieces landed, which was gross. Then I ran a series of deeply disturbing simulations. I came up with a set of locations where the bomb may have exploded. I have a hunch the DJ may be near one of those locations.
What's on the next? Storm Shield Defense after that. Okay, so I'm going to go and do some scavenging. So when I do this, just in case anyone's watching, I set myself to private, and then I go to a map that has... I'm actually going to go back to Stonewood for this. I set myself to a map that's green and a mission type, like Ride the Lightning or I don't see it down here, but like here, Fight the Storm. So I set myself to a mission type that doesn't have an actual time limit, so that I can, spend, I can maximize my time in the zone. So suburbs should give me a mix of plant material and metal crafting material, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will keep using my just since I am harvesting. Coffee good. And awake Ubu is an Ubu that is less likely to get ambushed by zombies. Zombies.
Lars is standing by to gather storm intel, Commander. Let's launch that van.
Let's not.
Fill her up if you'd be so kind. I need to get back up in those clouds.
We're headed your way. Make sure to collect any blue glow you see.
So again, mostly I'm just focused on collecting right now. I'm not going to play mission objectives. One thing to note is that when you go on a harvesting run, if you have any sort of side quests, like kill a certain number of enemies, rescue a certain number of survivors, etc., the enemy progress you make towards those don't count unless you actually complete the mission. So if all you're planning to do is harvest, it's really not worth it to and see, like, I get these hydraulic pistol parts, which are part of probably a mission that involves, getting weapons that are only available during this Ride the Storm event, and I'm not going to keep any of them because I will have finished the mission in the zone. I could probably solo a mission, but I would have to spend resources to do it, and that sort of defeats the point of me using this as just a harvesting run. Even on a lower level map than my current level, I'd still wind up using enough resources that it's kind of like why bother. So people keep bacon in the oddest places. And I've got a list. Watch, just toilet. Bacon in the toilet! Why is there bacon in the toilet? I don't get it. It's gross. I'm keeping a list of all of the places I find weird things, or all of the weird places I find things in this game that I will eventually post to my blog. So, I mean, one of the reasons I like this game is that, you know, there's a good mix between different sorts of activities, right? So, if I want to play for a little while, but I don't really want to commit to a mission, there are quick mission types. I could join a Rescue the Survivors mission, let's say, which has a 20-minute time limit, and be done. Or I just go and do a couple harvesting runs, right? So, you know, low commitment there. But what this also means is that my progress through the game is definitely not as quick as some people's. I mean, I've been playing since a couple of days into early access, and I was seeing stuff on Reddit about people who had basically, you know, were claiming they'd run through all of the content within the first week or so. And medium encampment, reward copper.
They live.
I am going to actually do this because this should be relatively easy for me. Given my level, and copper is always helpful for weapons.
Let's go.
My main weapons are silver now, but I do have copper versions. Did I get silver with that too? Ooh, I do. I got one silver. Nice. So not a lot of copper, but so my main weapons require silver now because I have evolved them to their 2-star version. But I have schematics that still call for copper because something I would advise you is don't progress too quickly. Make sure that you know what crafting materials your schematics call for, and don't sort of evolve them until you know that you're going to get at least some of that material in the zones where you are. And just always keep a couple of backup schematics. My inventory is large enough that I really don't have to care too much about. Oh, that didn't work. I really don't have to care too much about the number of schematics I'm holding onto. So, but if you do, just make sure that you've got a couple of leveled up weapons that require resources you have easy access to that you can use just in case. Might mean your damage output sucks for a little while you are gathering up the resources for the weapons you need, but at least you won't be in a situation where you can't create any weapons, you know, at all if your weapons break. And I guess I accidentally smashed that ammo crate. And the game doesn't let you get rid of like the first assault rifle schematic you ever got, but that is it's common, and so even leveled up, it's not going to do, you know, that much damage. So find some weapons that you like at a schematic level and keep them at a level that you can afford to build.
More bullets.
So I'm
They've got me surrounded.
too bad, buddy. Sorry. Oh, well, fine. So, in the Survive the Storm update, they've added monsters that are... did I trigger that encounter? Yes, I did. Crap. Oh, well, that survivor died. Too bad.
I'm down. Help!
But I got the encampment, apparently.
Like what I see.
So what was I saying? Yeah, so stay prepared. Keep schematics for traps and weapons at levels that you can still build on. You might notice also that I'm going around and I'm chopping down trees even though I'm maxed out on wood. That's because they still drop planks and twine and resin, which I need for crafting stuff, mostly traps with the planks, and duct tape with the resin. Oh, yay, silver. So I'm doing this kind of haphazardly because I'm talking while I'm doing it. If I am just concentrating solely on playing, I'm a little more systematic about how I do this, but I'm just using this as an opportunity to talk on stream while I get some stuff. Do I want to now? Ooh, mine. Mines will, but there's some enemies in there. Oh well. So mines are gonna have the potential to drop rare metals. Oh, must have just been a patrol going through. But I don't see any nodes of metal in there, which is a shame. One of the good things about, and you'll want to have a survivor leveled for harvesting, especially if you're playing solo, because they harvest quicker, and they have most of them have, at some point, an extra chance to find extra loot, which is always going to be helpful. I am finding quite a bit of silver in this zone. Oh look, a survivor. Now I could, of course, harvest in a higher level zone, but you've seen that sometimes I even have problems with the enemies here, and this is a 15 level zone, and I'm showing as having a power level of 22. I do not really understand how they calculate the relative power levels here. It's a combination of, you know, the weapons you have equipped plus the survivors you have equipped, but I don't really understand the formula. There's a bunch of theory crafting about it on the forums. I think you can probably find a pretty good explanation there if you really care about how that kind of stuff is. Ooh, hidden stash. But oh, I'm not going to get credit for that because I will not have completed the mission. Now, if you were going to try to solo a mission, this would be a pretty good one to do it there are basically 2 waves of enemies when you have to defend your objective, and you get some time between them, and you have a clear opportunity to know where the enemies are going to be coming from before time, so you can plan your traps accordingly. Plus, you can also use mission defenders, but that, again, is going to require you to have spare weapons to drop and spare ammo to drop for them. So, again, you're going to be using, resources if you decide to... Any way you look at it, if you're going to solo a mission, you're going to be using resources, right? So, the point for me is, what's the trade-off? I feel like I get more by just running in by myself, gathering some stuff up, and then bailing out. I might hit a point where I need to, maybe grind for side quests in lower tier areas in order to get things like XP or stuff like that, but I haven't hit that point yet. Where did that guy come from? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it and talking out loud, it might be a good idea if I wanted to grind for those quest parts to just solo missions at a lower level.
Sorry.
Even, equip lower tier weapons in order to do it. Oh yay, a patrol.
Right on.
Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, I wouldn't even really need the solo missions in lower tier areas necessarily. I could just open a public game. If someone joins, that's fine. If they don't, I should be able to handle it. Maybe that's something I'll try today to see if I have any luck gathering hydraulic parts. cars for more metal. Where is a place where I got some cars? Oh, hey, one more. More cars. More cars. Alright. Huh. There's a playground, which is a great source of nuts and bolts, but there's an encampment. I don't need it as much. I got plenty of cars left to harvest. I really think I want to get in on these hydraulic part quests, but I've been doing a lot of questing, so well, we'll see if that changes, because I'm going to do another main story quest soon. That's another neat thing about the way this game is structured, because most of the main story quests are not, sort of unique instances where narrative happens. The narrative is delivered usually between quests, as you saw in that last sort of vignette after I finished the quest where I had to explore an entire zone. You can pretty much, there are a lot of ways that you can advance your story. You'll have to do specific types of quests, but a lot of the times the main story is advanced by you following some sort of a side objective during other quest types. And while some of them restrict the type of quest you can do, say you have to do a certain number of Fight the Storm quests, others are more open-ended. You'll have to, say, find an objective in another quest zone. Hey, I've never demolished a water tower before. Can I do that? I guess you can. And I have found the community to be reasonably good here. This game is entirely co-op. There's no PvP aspect to it at all. So for the most part, people aren't incentivized to be jerks during missions. Now, you're always going to have a situation where someone is more interested in their objective or whatever than the mission objective. But for the most part, if you have at least a couple of people on a team that are,
Add blue glow to prepare for liftoff.
half awake and paying attention,
Get lost.
you're not gonna fail a mission. I don't think I've ever failed a public mission. That last one that I did was the closest, and really, for most of it, I was the only person, and I was, especially in the beginning, the only person actually building traps. That's an odd situation. That's the first time I've ever encountered that. Most of the time, well, actually, to be honest, most of the time what I do is if I find that I'm the person starting a mission, and there's no one else in it, I'll just abandon out and I'll try again
You're not even that spooky.
with matchmaking. But I've played enough now that I can at least have a chance to solo some of these missions. Oh, kicker.
Watch the skies.
Crap.
You're good. Need help.
So do I. Ah! Now this does occasionally happen, and it kind of sucks, because there is a death penalty in this game. You do lose durability on your weapons.
This isn't the end. Better.
It's not a lot, but in a game where you can't fix your weapons, you can only craft new ones. It's a non-trivial penalty over time. Personally, I don't think there should be a death penalty. I don't know why designers put them in games anymore. Especially here, explicitly there's a limit on the number of times you can resurrect in a given mission, so that should serve to... Ooh. Well, that's what you get for opening an epic save. That should sort of serve the purpose of, limiting people's ability to... that is enough of a penalty, the fact that you have a fixed number of lives. Even if that number is generous.
Jeez, so touchy. It happens. Let me max out on my stone, and then I'm going to take a look at my inventory and see what I've got for crafting supplies. I have a feeling I'm still going to need a feeling I am still going to need fibrous material for duct tape. And, you know, I've picked up a bunch of traps and my inventory is starting to get maxed out. I might be able to actually solo this. I don't know. I'm feeling like I might give that a try. So in the meantime, I'm going to start picking up those hydraulic parts. Let's see. I have a decent amount of fibrous material. I'm doing okay on nuts and bolts. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to see if I can solo this, I think. No, I cannot. I'm sorry. And traps. In terms of traps, I have a bunch.
Need help!
Not totally enough, but I think I'm going to give this a go on soloing it. I might even put down a mission defender. I need to level my mission defenders. Alright, so...
They've got me surrounded.
Energy cells... Well, I need 4 blue glow total, which I shouldn't have any problem picking up. Clearly I'm not going to get the daybreak bonus, or the speedrun bonus. Ah, crap.
It's like hurting cats. And then blowing up cats. Don't come back.
Oh, that gave me a bunch of nuts and bolts. Okay.
Hey, we just built that!
Well, I have enough blue glow. full up on charge fragments. That's the loot llama, but I'm not going to be able to use the loot llama.
Can't.
I am going to do some reloading.
Always use bullets.
Now, I wonder what you get for this, completing this quest. I already got a hydraulic pistol as a drop on a storm llama, so I don't know if this is going to get me anything better than what I already have. The drop that I got was an epic, since this is blue, it looks like it's a rare. But you never know. At the very least, I can slot it into my collection book. Okay, so...
No way, man.
Let's see. Okay. Alright, I am going to use... Start with...
Storm data has been updated on your minimap. Build defenses around the van. Flip the switch when you're ready.
This will help me figure out where the... So, the reason I did that was to figure out where the storm is coming from. And it's coming from a couple of directions. Okay, great. Okay, so... we are going to start... So, what I'm trying to do, if you can't tell, is basically use as much of the natural, basically use as much of what is already here as as an initial defense. Oh, lovely. A patrol.
Back up.
This is helpful because it shows. Definitely gonna need. See, now here's the thing: is I'm gonna have to wind up going on another research run because of all of the. Oh, that storm wasn't coming from there. That was just temporary. This is good because it shows where to plug some gaps in my defenses.
You serious? Wish I could.
I'll pull them off. Okay. Again, we're going to use the same strategy we did before, where I start building outwards from the actual defenses and build a little area that's a killing floor using traps. You have to be careful because on the one hand, you know, it's easy to use wood as the material for this, but if there are lobbers and they do hit your floor, it's gonna destroy your traps. So it doesn't hurt to do a little upgrading. Now, so now that I've gotten that, I build out the ceiling. There is a time limit on, well, I think there's a time limit on all of these. Like, I think there's a 4-day time limit. So if you don't finish within 4 days, you get pulled out.
Enough. You did.
For the farther out, oh, didn't want to do that. For the farther out traps, I like to use the wooden spikes because, as you can see, they have a large number of uses, whereas the retractable spikes, although they do more damage, they have fewer uses. Okay. So good for there. And now any other wall traps I can place over here.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, so now I gotta build out here. Yeah, stuff. Those are coming from all over.
Hey, our fort's getting beat up.
They're out there. And they're ugly.
Alright, we're definitely gonna have stuff coming from that way, apparently, so I better prepare accordingly. Man, I need to go and get more metal. Should I drop the patrol lord?
I did that.
Wait, how many patrol lords? That might help. And it might also help if I just put a defender back here with a rifle. So, defender. Do I have a defender? No. Build a defender pad. I do have mission defenders.
Ooh. An assault rifle would really help me out, Commander.
And now you're going to complain until I get on the rifle. Oh. Let's see, what can I drop for you?
An assault rifle'd be handy, Commander.
Yes, I know. Then let's choose through a lot of ammo. drum roll is a LMG.
Can I have an assault rifle?
Okay. They really need to work on how frequently. Let me see if I can genu up something that is.
Use an assault rifle here. Drop any rifles you don't need, and I'll help fight.
Oh crap! I've got it. I have bigger problems. How did they get through? Or did they? Interesting. Alrighty. I'm gonna craft.
Can I have an assault rifle?
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I don't have enough blast powder.
An assault rifle would really help me out. Could use an assault rifle here.
Looks like a bad storm is in the forecast.
Yep.
I need to pull you out before it gets there. You have 2 days. Good luck.
So. Okay.
Thanks for the weapon, Commander.
And I need to drop ammo. So, oops. Ammo.
Stay in the fight.
Take it out, while lock and load.
If we're going to be coming through here, best thing for me to do is build
Sorry.
one of these. She needs medium bullets. I'm dropping medium bullets.
Can always use ammo.
The wall spikes there. Okay, so now I've got you covering back there. Now I gotta build out traps for the front. Yeah, this is taking a lot longer. Holy smokes. Well, then. I can make duct tape. And I need to make wall dynamos.
To the arsenal you go.
interesting.